You're watching Notepad. I'm your host, Ibrahim Sani. This interview is taped at Permata Sapura, the iconic skyscraper in the KLCC Business District. For this particular interview, we have an interesting guest joining us, Mr.Loh Hock Chiang, the non-independent executive director, as well as the CFO, Chief Financial Officer of Aurelius Technologies, Berhad. Aurelius, of course, is going for an IPO. And every time a company goes for an IPO, I am very fortunate to interview these kind of companies because it has grown from strength to strength, and it has been a privilege to see homegrown companies hit it out there in the market and compete amongst the best. So, Mr. Loh, let's talk a little bit more about Aurelius Technologies. Berhad, we understand that you guys are an EMS focusing company. Perhaps you can go through with us what electronic manufacturing services actually is.
Our company was founded in 1993 and has since established a track record of over 28 years in the EMS industry. EMS stands for Electronic Manufacturing Services. We currently employ more than 1,000 all local Malaysian. Okay, we are a one-stop EMS company, provide focus on industrial electronics product and also Internet of Things, IoT products. We have recently broadened our portfolio to produce semiconductor component, IC, in other words, M2M IoT module, as part of our initiative to move up the value chain in the semiconductor component manufacturing. The IoT module that we manufacture are designed to incorporate into PCBA to be installed in all IoT devices or products to enable a machine-to-machine communication using wireless technology. We are focused on manufacturing industrial product and contracted directly with the brand or product owner. The company is led by an experienced senior management team. Each member of the senior management team has more than 20 years of experience in the E&E manufacturing industry.
Right now, you guys are planning to list at the main market of Bursa Malaysia Securities. We're looking at you offering over 77 million new shares, and the IPO involves a total of 103.8 million shares in Aurelius Technologies. This comprises to a sale of up to about 26.8 million existing shares. Why do you want to go for an IPO right now? What kind of expectations do you have from the market regarding this listing?
Yeah, we are excited about this IPO. Why we actually going for IPO at this particular moment, is enable us to strengthen our capital structure, thus enable us to accelerate our growth. We have seen a very strong demand for our client for the product that we manufacture. For the IPO proceed that we have received, that will be approximately 104.7 million. 40 million of this amount will be used to purchase our new machinery and equipment. 29.5 will be used to, repayment for the borrowing. 28.1 million will be used for our working capital purposes, and the balance is for, defray the expenses of our IPO.
The market may be appearing to be soft, at least amongst institutional investors, but for retail investors, if we look at last year's numbers as well as this year's numbers, there's a lot of retail interest in terms of the capital market. Do you feel that you're going to get a lot more interest from the retail on top of getting the buy-in from institutional investors?
Yeah, we have actually a briefing session with some of the institutional investor. The primary feedback that we receive, they are together with us are very excited about our IPO. On the business segment customer that we serve, on the product that we built, especially on the IoT type of related product. We are equally, excited about this, new venture or the semiconductor component module that we are manufacturing currently, and we also believe that IoT industry will be, one of the main pillar of economic growth in the future. As for the retail investor, we have not, as we have not opened our what they call offering. We are not sure, the demand from the retail offering.
We'll go for one short break. When we come back, we'll continue on our conversation with Aurelius Technologies.
Adakah penyelesaian rangkaian awan dapat meningkatkan hasil penjagaan anda? Dengan Maxis Right Cloud, pasti ada rangkaian awan sesuai untuk digunakan dengan setiap aplikasi. Akses semua pembekal rangkaian awan. Kawal sistem rangkaian awan sepenuhnya. Lakukan integrasi sistem IT Dependence dengan mana-mana rangkaian awan. Jadi, jangan pilih rangkaian awan sembarangan. Pilih Maxis Right Cloud untuk membantu meningkatkan hasil penjagaan anda.
To run a growing business is to be on a journey. And along the ride, you'll have many questions, challenges, and a few surprises. But wherever you are on your journey, your Dell Technologies advisor is here for you with the right tech solutions, so you can stop at nothing for your customers.
Pure Swiss Hydrocalm Serum meningkatkan kelembapan kulit. Kulit menjadi lembab dan gebu sepanjang hari. Clinell.
Aku rasa kita semua kena buat confession kat Amir.
Apaan sih?
Dosa kita pada manusia yang ada interest. Makin tinggi interest yang kita kena bayar. Jadi denda.
Siapa tutup lampu? Sewa dan stream on demand atau sila ke saluran 480.
Thanks for staying on with us. I have with me Aurelius Technologies CFO, Mr.Loh. We want to talk a little bit more about the business itself. Your sole subsidiary, BCM Electronics, provides the EMS solutions or the electronic manufacturing services solutions to your clients. And of course, there would be some technology transfer between Comintel and Motorola to jointly develop manufacturing capabilities. Talk through us through this kind of relationship and maybe some of the items that you can bring about regarding the facility that is currently happening at Kulim High Tech Park there.
Okay, sorry, can I interrupt you, Ibrahim? I think you're mentioning about Comintel, but Comintel has nothing to do with this company at the moment.
Yes, but EMS Electronics is going for technology transfer agreement between Motorola and Comintel, no?
No, that was, I think, well back, very, very long ago.
Oh, pardon me. Okay. So moving along then, talk to us through the Kulim High Tech Park then.
Yeah, we started our operation in, rental premises in Prague. In year 2000, we moved to our, current location in Kulim High Tech Park. This is our own manufacturing facility. Currently, we are expanding our production facility. We anticipate our expansion to be completed by end of this year to be ready for occupied by early next year. With that, we will have a total, build out, production floor itself about, 200,000 square feet. Okay, this will enable us to have space to roll out our expansion program.
Of course, you guys are based in Penang, and having a facility at Kulim High Tech Park does facilitate that. But do you feel that there is an opportunity for you to expand in other areas in the nation, or perhaps even in the region, or it's mostly going to be focused still in Kulim and Penang?
Yeah, in the near future, we will still focus, our operation here in Malaysia. In the perhaps in the 5 to 10 years time, we will think of going regional to support our customer better. If there's a need arises.
The MCO has affected a lot of businesses. Do you foresee a period of recovery following the MCO? And of course, maybe you can talk to us on how Aurelius Technologies performed during the MCO. It's been close to 2 years. Has your business been affected with it?
Yeah, COVID-19 is something very new to everyone. We are not spared with that. When COVID hit us in the early part of 2020, we are not prepared, and then as well as our customer, our supplier, we have never experienced such a kind of pandemic before. With the introduction of MCO, the lockdown by the Malaysian government, we did impacted by the COVID. For the first quarter of last year, we have only a limited capacity allowed for operation in our factory. But since then, after a few months into MCO, into this COVID-19 pandemic, we learned quickly as to how to adapt, how to work, in this COVID environment. We have seen recovered. As now we are allowed to be 100% full operation. Our operation are more or less, back to normal now.
Let's go for one more short break. When we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more about Aurelius Technologies' finances.
Internet yang perlahan dan tidak stabil mengganggu operasi perniagaan? Biar kami bantu dengan fiber perniagaan Maxis. Internet pantas dan stabil dengan sandaran 4G tanpa wayar. Pastikan perniagaan anda terus maju dengan rangkaian teras MEF 3.0 yang diperakui dan bantuan pakar. Tukar ke fiber perniagaan Maxis hari ini.
Kopi kering beku makona dengan rasa halus serta aroma yang paling harum. Luangkan masa bersendirian dengan aroma istimewa. Kopi kering beku makona. Nikmati detik kopi anda.
Gegar Baganza, bintang kembali menyengat Ahad 9 malam di Astro dan aplikasi Astro Go.
Kita semua bertopeng. Ada rahsia yang kita simpan. Luarnya mungkin sempurna, tapi hatinya belum tentu. Kalau tak hati-hati, akan ada yang memerhati.
Dukun Diva, they put the sham in shaman.
Aku rasa kita semua kena buat confession kat Amir.
Apaan sih?
Dosa kita pada manusia ni ada interest. Makin tinggi interest yang kita kena bayar. Jadi denda.
Siapa tutup lampu? Sewa dan stream on demand atau sila ke saluran 480.
Primary Pack Astro. Kini anda boleh menikmati lebih banyak bersama keluarga.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mari.
Dia buat lawak ke sebab tak kelakar langsung tau. Kita yang bagi sama. Baru boleh kalahkan dia.
Hebatnya!
Welcome back to Big Boss.
Program antarabangsa.
Feel good. Once upon a time.
Mamma mia, aku lebih biasa lebih. Dan sukan secara langsung. Langgan Primary Pack sekarang dari hanya RM2 sehari. Nikmatinya bila-bila masa di mana jua. Layari laman web atau WhatsApp kami untuk maklumat lanjut.
Welcome back. This is Notepad. I'm your host Ibrahim Sani. We're taping this interview at Permata Sapura. On the line right now is Loh Hock Chiang, the non-independent executive director, as well as the chief financial officer of Aurelius Technologies. They are currently going for an IPO very soon. Let's talk about the timeline of the IPO, Mr. Loh. When is it going to be launched? When is the IPO launched? And of course, when is the IPO going to be scheduled to be done?
According to our schedule, we are to launch our IPO on the 29th of this month, and our IPO is tentatively set on the 16th of December 2021.
The net profit of the company is around 16-17 million ringgit, but the revenue is quite considerable at 360 million ringgit. Of course, this is a little bit lower versus 390 million ringgit for financial year 20 and January 31st last year. And of course, you have a targeted payout ratio of 20% of your profit after tax for taking into account working capital requirements. This is a very, in my opinion, quite an interesting kind of company, interesting size. But maybe you can help some of your prospecting investors to understand a little bit better what is causing the kind of thin margin compared against a very healthy revenue. What will be some of the bigger cost drivers that you had to navigate with, and what is the potential future of Aurelius Technologies in trying to manage a better bottom line and perhaps reduce costs even further?
Yeah, for our most recent audited account, which is 31st January 2021, we were actually impacted by the COVID, where the COVID restriction of the MCO in the early part of last year that have impacted, the performance or profitability of the company as compared to the previous year. As I mentioned earlier, I think we are, recovered from the MCO. We are now operating, as normal. We cautiously, confident that our performance will be better moving forward. At the same time, we also, as I say, we have broadened our portfolio to manufacture, IoT related, what they call semiconductor IC. Semiconductor multi-component IC, which is an M2M IoT module, and also looking at optimizing our costs going forward. We are cautiously optimistic. Our performance in terms of bottom line will improve.
Let's learn a little bit more about Aurelius. How did it come about? Who are the founders? And what is the plan for the future for the company?
Aurelius, did an MBO in 2018, beginning of 2018. Since then, we have, looked at optimizing our processes, and at the same time, looking at, looking at broaden the portfolio of our EMS services. In the immediate term, we have 4 pillars of growth that we are looking at. First, as I mentioned earlier was to work out the value chains in the semiconductor component manufacturing, broaden our portfolio to produce semiconductor component manufacturing. Second is to actually expand our current production facility. Our new factory will be ready by end of the year. That will provide us about 70% additional production space for our intended growth. We also intended to purchase additional 4 surface-mounted technology machine, in the 1.5 years time from now. We have also automated our production line, including AGV, introduction of AGV. AGV stands for automated material handling. This will only not help us to automate the production processes, but at the same time reduce the reliance on human capital. The third thing that we will do is we'll continue upgrading our manufacturing facility towards Industrial 4.0. So in addition to the investment in automated the manufacturing line and the processes, we will continue to develop and upgrade our manufacturing execution system for factory automation. Last but not least is our introduction of our new design product. Okay, we have currently in our development phase of developed lithium-ion battery for the light vehicle application. For example, the application into golf cart, the application into forklift, into AGV. This product will bear our original design and our own brand name. We expected to launch this product towards the end of next year.
If we look at the prospectus between you and your CEO Lee Chong-yu, you have 35% each in terms of direct percentage of shares, 26% of which is indirect. It seems like Chong-yu and you are both drivers, key promoters of the company. What is the relationship like? Do you feel that there's chemistry between two of you? Do you feel that you guys have what it takes to push the company even further?
Yeah, Mr. Lee and I have worked together for many years. Okay, we understand each other very well. We share the same vision and the mission and how to bring the company to the next level. More importantly, our senior management team has been with the company of not less than 20 years, and collectively, they have more than 130 years of experience, in the E&E manufacturing segment. So, with that, we are confident, that we can bring our company to the next level.
And of course, there are other shareholders as well, including Pixel Advisors, TCH, and of course Titanium. How is the dynamics or the relationship like with all these other parties involved in this company?
Yeah, they are actually our partner. Some of our staff also is actually our partner. They also have share directly in the company. That will encourage them to, pursue further and to bring the company to the next height.
If there's one thing that you want investors to know about Aurelius, what would it be, Mr. Loh?
Yeah, we are the EMS, but we believe, the services that we provide, a bit different from the traditional EMS there is in the market. We focus very much into industrial application type of product. We have very good knowledge, in the RF technology. We are confident, the IoT products that we build and also the IoT modules that we are producing now have, greater demands, in the future, and we see this strong demand will continue to be there for the many years to come. this is in a way, the application of IoT can be quite destructive, in a way that how the company have changed the way it work, and also the people, the way they work as well. So with that, I think we would like investor to know us better in terms of our capability, in terms of industry that we serve. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Loh Chiang, the CFO and non-independent executive director of Aurelius Technologies. Berhad, they are going for an IPO on December 16th. Do keep an eye out for that. If you've missed any part of this interview, just head on to astroawani.com, look for Notepad. You can also look for Aurelius. That's Aurelius on our website. You can also hit us up on all our social media platforms as well. Until then, thanks very much for watching. And of course, Mr. Loh, again, congratulations on your IPO. All the best in your endeavors.